Come on, and his mom was shaking that.
Man, she was
Dang,
so
she
happy.
was
Bow,
twatty.
bow,
Yeah.
bow.
Bow, bow. She was doing it, yo. She was, yo. I was like, hold up, mama, sissy.
I got my man.
Right, sissy was out there strutting. I was like, hold on, get a ride. Anyway, so she was, yeah. Do you think sissy set him up?
Nah.
Some people kind of said that. But why was she so happy walking out? That's as happy as I ever seen sissy.
And she's
like, I'm about to get the insurance money.
No.
Shit. Now, you know them overseas, no taxes on it. Got him.
Yeah, all money.
Yeah. Hey, look, too much money ain't enough money.
I mean, I'm sure.
No, the fans listening. What Teddy said, like, nigga, what money?
Nigga, what money?
You know, Ted listening, nigga, what money? Oh. Yo, Alton Podcast, what's up? Chris, what's up?
Hey, world.
How you doing?
Good.
What's been up?
Nothing much, you know, like.
Okay, Beyonce. Snowfall. We're talking about that today. It's been a long time coming. You're like one of the only people I know that's seen all of it. Because, yeah, most of my friends are white. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Actually, I probably know some that have watched it, but most of the people I know haven't watched this yet. So, yeah, you're one of the only ones I could talk to. So I was like, I guess.
Okay. Appreciate it.
I was just playing, bro. I was just playing. Okay, nah, for real. So yeah, we're back. I have been on a hiatus, but a lot of episodes that's been out lately have been like reruns, stuff that's either been on Patreon or stuff that I just haven't released yet, like the Disney thing. That was a part of another episode. And actually, I think, which I would consider movie of the year, Judas and the Black Messiah. Have you saw that? That's great. That's my favorite movie this year so far. We're talking about Without Remorse, but in black actors with Michael B. Jordan, I forgot to mention the two in there, Lakeith Stanfield, I think his last name,
Like him.
and the guy who played in Get Out. Those are the two best black actors right now. Like, oh my God, when I saw that, I was like, yo, these niggas got it. Like, Lakeith Stanfield can act without.
He's a good actor.
He's an actor. He doesn't have to portray how he's feeling. You can see it in his face. You're like, oh, like you can see his confliction, especially in that movie where he's playing like the story of Fred Hampton, the Black Panther guy who they like. Okay, I won't tell you that. So watch that movie. It's a very not many people know that story, which is a great story. But check that out. And Lakeith, the movie is great. Okay. Definitely check that out. That's HBO's best movie that came out, and to me, the best movie that came out this year. I don't know where I was going with that though. So we just gonna go. Black people, black people are in this. Black people are in Snowfall.
Yeah,
so yeah, yeah, they all cousins. So hey y'all, nah. Oh yeah, so the hiatus and stuff like that. Yeah, so I put that out on Patreon and stuff like that. And we talked about Mortal Kombat. It was a bunch of stuff. Shout out to Troy who was on all of them. He's a big Mortal Kombat fan. So shout out to him, and he came through for Invincible. I think I was a little harsh on Mortal Kombat, but it was worth it. Mortal Kombat was trash. But a lot of Mortal Kombat fans turned out like the movie.
Really? I heard it was bad too.
It was terrible.
Oh.
But people who are Mortal Kombat fans, I think they were so used to trash, when they finally got something that was halfway decent, they were like, oh. So, because I went back and tried to look at the old movies, I was like, this is trash. This is worse than what I saw on HBO. I was like, oh, that's why y'all like, yeah. So it's like, you've been getting shit this whole time. When you get cat shit this time, you're like, oh, this is different. Like, nigga, still shit. It's like you've been getting dog shit, now you getting cat shit. So it's like, it's different. You like, might have kibbles and bits in there, but it's still shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, so Snowfall. So you watched it. You watched it most recently than me.
I went on it, yeah.
And you watched all 4 seasons this year, right?
Yeah, I watched it
pretty much
in like 3 weeks, maybe.
Wow. I think I did that too, but it was like between a month or something span. It was earlier this year, so we probably, whatever. I think I watched it in passing before, but never sat down and actually watched it. So, what did you think? Just overall, starting out before we get too deep into it.
I liked it. I'm very excited to see the next season. It was great acting. The storyline was always like, what? Because it's a, I don't want to say relatable storyline, but it's
You
like,
selling drugs? Like, what the fuck?
No.
don't admit it on here. Shit, like,
Nah,
did you?
nah, you know.
Nah, right, okay.
I mean,
Right, I have nothing to do with this.
I've seen another movie about drugs and
Right.
stuff like that.
I mean,
so
shit,
I
who
can
hasn't?
understand that.
Yeah, right.
I can't relate to it, but like.
I got you. I got you,
But
Zan.
it was good. I like the fact that it was like a very family oriented. I love that part of the.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what really kind of like kept me there and drew. Well, you know, whatever, but it drew me in because I come from a big family and I love how they all like work together. May not be the right way or whatever, but it was still just like you support your family member,
Right.
like you know.
Yeah.
So I liked it.
I got you. Yeah,
You know,
I definitely.
I'm excited.
You excited for the season to come, the next season? Yeah, I liked it overall too. It was written by John Singleton, which is he wrote some classics, except for Baby Boy. But hey, whatever. Nah, it was really good. And this is another thing I say: when you have a bunch of actors who aren't known, it works because nobody stands out. And I didn't know anybody in here, so I was like, except for Melvin Gregg in like the last season, but he wasn't an actor yet. No, it was Man Boy.
Not, oh, I thought you meant okay. I knew D-Ray.
Oh, you talking about yeah. Peaches, yeah.
I didn't know him. Wow, okay.
Yeah, Melvin Gregg, the guy who played Man Boy, he did Vine, and then he went to Instagram. He got like he was famous before he got on there, like not super huge famous, but he was like niggas knew who he was. You know?
Okay, I know that.
Yeah, so it was kind of hard for me to take him seriously at first because he did skits and stuff on Instagram. I'm like, all right, bro, like, but he grew on me. He definitely did.
It's a definite light skin.
What do you mean?
Because that's how he was acting.
No, let me speak for my people. Hold on, for the community. I got y'all.
Go ahead.
What's wrong with what's going on with the light skin? What's wrong with light skin?
He was acting real pretty boy. Like
What you mean? Like he was.
Like he was talking. He was talking like, you know, like
even
he was about to say something, you know, because if I'm gonna say something, I'm gonna. You know what I'm saying? But you feel me? I was just like,
yeah.
Talk. Like, if not everything's funny, even when he died, when stuff happened. You know?
No, this is a spoiler, so
okay,
even when he got smart,
I was just like, stop talking.
Right? Like, yeah.
You know, because they say, you know, and he's talking.
He was talking when he died.
And like, it's one thing to talk while you die, but he kept talking the same like persona. You don't talk like, you know, like.
You died before, or like what's going on?
I'm just saying, I don't think I would like try to like talk all hard. I'd just be talking like, man, just watch your back. You know, whatever. He was like, yeah, because you know, they say he was this. It was just, maybe it was just him.
First of all,
he was acting real light skinned.
He was like, yo, you changed. He was right. I don't remember everything he said, but I think he was right. I gotta stick it for my community, first of all.
Right, do your thing.
Secondly,
get real sensitive.
No, not at all. But like, while you know what I'm saying, like, at least that was the way he talked. First, you got an English guy over here. Yeah, they're just about the business. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's the business. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, like.
He's a good actor.
Yeah, he ain't light skinned, but you know.
I'm saying, like, he's stupid.
Nah, I just playing. No colorism. Nah, for sure. Nah, he did grow on me though. Melvin Gregg grew on me for sure. He was alright. And my boy, what is his name? Idris, who plays Franklin Saint, is a superb actor. He's really good. I love his acting. Like, my favorite moment has to be when he was in the car with Leon.
And you gonna get off his corners? You gonna leave his people be? Or you the one that's gonna find yourself a new plug?
You don't mean that shit?
The fuck I don't. I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just because you don't like the way another nigga talk. Drive, motherfucker!
That shit was, I was like, yeah, talk your shit. That was my favorite part of the whole series, dog. I was like, talk your shit, Frank.
Yeah.
For real. Yes, that dude's a great actor, man. Overall for me, I overall like the show. I love the show, actually. I don't like the comparisons to The Wire for one. Why we gotta compare black shows? Everything black gotta be compared. You know what I mean? Like we compare everything black. So I'm like, nah, we don't compare. This is like the black Ozark to The Wire being like Breaking Bad. I mean, we don't compare Ozark to Breaking Bad, but we do it for everything black. We're always comparing. Like one got to go when a new one steps up. So I'm like, I don't want to do it for that reasons. And the other reason because I haven't seen The Wire all the way through yet. So when I see it, I probably will. But anyways, but for real, I want to keep because I'm actually currently watching The Wire right now. So y'all, yeah.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but also what I heard was people were saying that it wouldn't be a Snowfall if it wasn't The Wire. So like, I guess it's comparing it, but also like, is it like evolution?
I don't know. Like,
I guess you have to finish
people
it.
say that, but like drug stories are everywhere, so you can't really say, "Oh, it wouldn't be this if it wasn't for that." Because unless somebody directly had a hand in it from The Wire to Snowfall, then, or somebody said, "Yo, this was inspired by The Wire."
But specifically in the black community,
drugs are in like that's a big staple in the black community. So it was going to be inevitable if there's going to be a drug story in it, especially on the 80s. So I can't directly say there'll be no Wire for Snowfall.
it may not be just drug, maybe just like how crack itself was introduced, where they weren't like when Ira, what's the name, the crazy Ivy told whomever told somebody else that basically Franklin was the greatest drug dealer because he's the only one selling this in the world.
I think that was Manboy and Scully talking about that. I might be wrong.
It was somebody told his mom that. Oh, it was the crazy cop when he kidnapped his mom and took her to the tree. Your son is whatever. I think it was.
Yeah.
So when he said that, I was like, wow. So it's not just drugs in the community. It's just one specific drug that has such a big impact in the community that was brought into it. So it's not. I see what you're saying, but I don't think it's just like.
I mean, I don't know. I don't necessarily agree with it being directly like if there wasn't a Wire, there wouldn't be the Snowfall. I'd be like something else would have gotten The Wire's place. I mean, if we talking about how good it was, maybe because The Wire probably is the best drug story according to people. I haven't finished it yet, so I don't know. But The Wire is like compared to like Breaking Bad, Sopranos, and stuff like that. So I'm expecting my expectation for The Wire is high, and I don't know. I don't want to get into that whole debate about The Wire. I will compare Snowfall to Ozark right now, and I think to me Snowfall is better than Ozark. Whatever. I just think it is right now. There's some gripes with it though too, but I think it still is better than Ozark.
What are your gripes?
With Snowfall?
Yes.
Somebody made me realize this. I can't remember who I heard it from, but damn. Okay, I'll say Breaking Bad too because not I'm saying I'm gonna compare this with Breaking Bad too because if you want to compare it to something like The Wire, and The Wire's up there with Breaking Bad, then Franklin has to solve his own issues. You can't write the issues out for him. You know what I mean? So, for example, Scully. Why the fuck Scully just went religious? Franklin should be dead in season 4.
Yeah.
If it not for Scully just going religious because the writers decided, we don't know what to do with Scully, but we can't kill Franklin yet. We can't give him so we got to write something out. Heisenberg would have had to figure something out to distract Scully while he deals with Manboy, or he would have to figure something out. Franklin got it written out, like they helped him. There were no stakes in at the end of season 4, and I was like, it was so many people that should have died. Like they say this aunt, they say this mom, like you said, the cop took his mom to the graveyard and did nothing with her.
Mm-hmm.
Like what was that for? Y'all building like you about to make me bust, but you like never mind. You know what I'm saying? You get me to my climax, and you're like, you know what? Nah, I'll wait till next year. I'll wait till next time. Like, so that's what I was looking at that, and I was like, Franklin is not. What's the word? He's not outsmarting or using his mind or using whatever resources he has to get his way out of. He's getting ridden. Like the writers are helping him out. And somebody else said that they were like, "Yo, Scully's arc in season 4 was stupid as fuck."
That was weird.
I hated that. I actually because Scully was a guy I was scared. I didn't care about Manboy, but Scully was like, "Yo, this nigga can snap at any time. This nigga pulling bullets out his arm." Like, they killed his daughter. Who goes religious?
Go the other way, like
right?
Tom Clancy.
So it's like, oh shit. So it's like, I can do that because Right On Price is my podcast, all right? So I can get calls on my shit. Can you get? No, it's fine. But anyway, so yeah, so that was my biggest gripe with that. I think that is the biggest gripe. And it might sound like I'm a hater of the show, but I actually really love the show. So, yeah, that's it.
I like the writing, I guess should say. I like the way I like to see everyone change. They didn't stay one dimensional. Like even
love
with Teddy when his brother died, like he was already kind of like living on the edge, kind of deal with his pain with Julie. I think her name was Julie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he started doing crack. And then, because he was kind of like Franklin, he had never like touched it. I think that's actually Franklin's next stop is to start trying his own stuff. Just like
I would hate if he did that. But
I mean, that could be his downfall. Because look at Teddy, you know, he was already kind of like dabbling into it to cover his pain, and then his brother died, and it was just like, you know, that's it, you know, and he just didn't care anymore. And then even it's just I like to see it was a complete change in all the characters. It wasn't just like, oh yeah, you know, I just like that part. I like the fact that a lot of things weren't really told until it just happened, if that makes sense. And even when like they had to do sometimes in shows they have to dumb down what they're doing. Oh, so we have to do this to get to this? Okay, let's go do that. So then you're like, okay, this episode is about doing this. This. They didn't do that. They just did it. And you're like, oh, that's why. Oh, like it didn't dumb it down. And then also the last episode, when he put his cane down, and I was just like, what? But it was crazy because it means so much to me. It reminded me of The Prestige, like just like how he was.
Hold up. Okay, go ahead. Oh, you brought The Prestige into this.
What did you feel?
No. Go on what you go. I didn't mean to distract you. Go ahead. How does it relate to this Prestige, or how does it feel like that?
Well, of course, like when I saw him put the cane down, it made me feel like he played dumb to see what people's true colors were, because he was now,
wow.
You know what I'm saying? Because he was now exposed now. Like he got shot by Melanie, and people were expecting him to come a different way, but he came a completely different way. Because then it's like, when was he healed? Was it from day one? Was it like a progression? Why did he do this? Because like in The Prestige, when like
and not to spoil it for people, because I love that movie and I would hate to spoil it for people.
Okay, never mind.
But no. In Prestige there was a thing that a guy was faking, basically.
Basically like how far are you willing to go into character to win, or to get your point across, or to be whatever you are in society.
Right.
So I was like, wow, he went all the way to see, okay, who's going to help him if he's like, you know, whatever.
Right.
And to see like, how would they come for him if they think that he's a weak person?
Yeah.
And so, and kind of way, I feel like he did kind of outsmart everybody. Yes, he got a whole bunch of.
He did that.
Because it's not like he was like, because I read online, people like, oh yeah, he was just done with his cane. He healed. And I was like, no, that's not true, because he put the cane down and stood upright and like skipped out the door. Like,
was he? I have to watch him walk out again, because I thought he was limping out.
I rewinded and I watched it.
Was he really just walking out?
He like had a bounce in his step. Because at first,
but when you see your ex, you're like, hold on.
No, he was like, I'm done. Like, that's it. I'm done with that chapter. He about to go get
Yeah, but he was off the adrenaline of break, like telling his ex off, like, bitch, you got me fucked up out here in these streets.
He ain't think about her no more. Like, that's what I'm saying. The way he walked out, he flipped the script on everybody, and she was the last person that he needed to flip the script on.
I wonder. I don't know.
You have to watch it.
I gotta go back. I never seen Franklin as that deep of a thinker.
Exactly. Go watch it, because I watched it again, because I was like, maybe
I'm not opposed. I'm not disagreeing, because maybe you're right.
That's maybe what really solidified it, being like, wow, that was really good to me, because I rewinded it and I was just like, wow. Okay.
This is what I saw that moment as. For me, Franklin and Teddy, their stories kind of like parallel. Franklin and Teddy weren't killers in the beginning, but they had at the end of the first season for Teddy, had to make a decision where he was going to kill somebody because of a civilian he wanted to save. And the guy, ended up doing what he did. And Franklin ended up, he didn't get his hands dirty actually in the first season. He had Leon do it and Ray do it in the first season. He didn't get his hands dirty till way later, really. Yeah, he didn't really get his hands dirty till way later. However, a decision he made against his friend and stuff like that, like he basically set the crossroad or his road that he was going to go down from there on. That's basically what they were going. It's like, okay, well, I'm a killer now. So when I saw at the end that Franklin did that with her, I was like, this is very unnecessary. You could have just left her alone. Why are you here? It was kind of like he wanted to, like you said, I could see that now, because he had no reason to be there. But at the same time, I feel like Teddy did something unnecessary too, going seeing his dad.
Oh yeah.
And that was like right in the same, like they went from Franklin to Teddy, Teddy to Franklin. And Teddy was doing something unnecessary as well to show how much everything has changed them. Like, I don't feel like Teddy had to go kill his dad. I don't think he killed him, but I don't think he had to be there. Let's just go with he killed him. I don't think that was unnecessary. They're done. You're done with. So why are you there? But maybe to show how tied the last loose end there could be, he probably tied it up. And for Franklin, the last loose end was Mel. So maybe he just went there to tie it up to make sure, like, yo, if this does happen, or hypothetically, if you do think I killed your dad, then, you're going to get the business. Next time it's going to be you that get shot. So I saw it as that, like their stories just being kind of intertwined and stuff like that. And they just kind of just showing how far they'll go now compared to how far they wouldn't have went in the first season. Maybe I'm thinking too deep.
I'm just about just the cane being there.
Okay, so I just went too far.
Yeah, you went. It's okay.
You just said a cane down, bro. Tell me, bro.
I was following I see where you're coming from. I don't agree, but I agree, but to a certain extent.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Because, I feel like that wasn't necessary that Teddy did that, but that just shows how rogue he went. Like,
right.
Because what you said at the beginning, with the DA chick.
Yeah.
He was really upset about that.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't directly do it, it was indirect. So he was really like, man, that didn't have to happen.
This
didn't have to happen. This didn't have to happen. So I feel like him doing that for his dad, it shows just how different he is. And just the same, like, I felt like the same with Franklin, with Melody or whatever, because it was that, and then before that it was like, no, Leon, we about to do this, and no, Aunt Uncle, we about to do this. Oh, let me talk to Melody right quick, just to see like where they are, and be like, yeah, y'all helped me, but now y'all invested, like. So I feel like his attitude changed.
I forgot about that too. Him keeping them in the whole drug thing.
Added to him putting his cane down, so he's like, nah. I see where these people's at. Like, we about to do this. Now we about to
I really hope this turns out true for you, because I've never thought that deep into it. I'm usually a deep thinker, but that right there, actually, I can almost see that.
The way he walked out, though, I wasn't invested until the way he walked out. Like, it wasn't like he didn't limp or nothing. There was because when he was using the cane, he's like leaning all the way over. He was up.
Yeah.
All right, and just look.
I thought that was just kind of like, yeah, bitch, you shot me. I got you though.
So he got magically healed.
Not that it's been a season. He should be healed by now.
He was walking like that the earlier that episode, he was walking like that.
But maybe now, we don't know how long that was between that time, first of all. Secondly, I don't know. Why would he? So he's playing weak.
What do you mean you don't know when that happened? His parents had just landed in Nicaragua.
Did they say like 2 years later or 2 months later or something? They say nothing like that.
It showed with them in Nicaragua, so it was relatively recent.
Come on, and his mom was shaking that.
Man, she was.
Dang,
so
she was twatty. Yeah. Bow, bow. She was doing it, yo. She was, yo. I was like, hold up, mama, sissy.
I got my man.
Right, sissy was out there strutting. I was like, hold on, get it right. Anyway, so she was, yeah. Do you think sissy set him up?
Nah.
Some people kind of said that. But why was she so happy walking out? That's as happy as I ever seen sissy.
And she's
like, I'm about to get the insurance money. You know, them overseas, no taxes on it. Got him.
Yeah, all money.
Yeah. Hey, look, too much money ain't enough money.
I mean, I'm sure she
the fans listening. What Teddy said, like, nigga, what money?
Nigga, what money?
Ted listening, nigga, what money? Yo, yeah, so she was walking out like, bum, bum, bum. Jesus, man. What? Okay, so let me ask the question. I think this is the biggest question. I know we probably missed a lot, but I think out of season 4, Alton snitching on the family. Was Alton right for what he did? Being a Black Panther, having the history of that, or should he kept it like in the family and like held it down? And
I think he shouldn't have been a snitch.
Okay, let's go. Why?
Because it's your family. Like, you can't. As long as you guys have been into the business and what you guys have been doing and who y'all got, y'all affiliated with, it's too late to be like, oh, we're gonna tell this part. This part tells this and isn't like your whole family. You're still living in the neighborhood. You got man boy on. Oh, they talking about Franklin. They talking about You got Wanda. Oh, you Franklin daddy. Like it's just like you stirring the pot too much. Like just get some money and get out the game. Like just and then Ted, if you would have just chilled, he could have covered up whatever. You may not can trust him, but just leave. You were at the spook who sat by the front door. Like you know what I'm saying? It's just
yeah.
That's my.
I go back and forth with this because I think there's such a web of unfortunate events that, like, if one piece of information, like, for example, if they knew Teddy wasn't backed by the CIA anymore, that would change a lot. Everybody thinks he's still backed by the CIA. So
it's really just like black.
Right, pretty much. So he would be easy. He would be disposable, basically. The CIA wouldn't care if Teddy died. You'd be doing them a favor, basically. I mean, another guy step in his place. That's a whole different story. But
they didn't know.
They didn't know that. So with him exposing everybody without knowing that, kind of like was like, yo, if you just waited, bro. But at the same time, from his perspective, he wouldn't have known. Nobody knows that.
I agree. Like you said, just pick one. But I went back and forth too. But also, even in like the most simplest terms, like even the mom, Sissy was like, "You didn't talk to me about it. Like you talked to a reporter. Like I get it. Our son is tripping, but you can't talk to me about my son. You talking to some beep, 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 beep.
Right.
Like like even in the most like basic generic, like that's your wife.
Right. No, he's right. He's right. She's right. She's definitely right. Like, nigga, I took you in. You a house cat.
I took you back after you embarrassed me all these years.
Right.
You on the street.
Yeah.
Like
that's
my family
true.
just now starting to like you. And what you do, you go snitch. Like,
you go snitch. You at least could have told everybody, even though he knew they were gonna say no. But I agree. And then his intention wasn't to get Franklin involved, but like Franklin is involved. You can't avoid that. So why are you calling out these names? Like, because if Reed Thompson goes, then your son is going to die. Like,
that's what I'm saying. So either way, you would have been disposable if, you know what I'm saying? Like what you said about them not knowing about how Reed wasn't with them. And even if he did or didn't, you're exposed to him. So now you think he's going to claim you? Like, something gets twisted. And look at the chick who died.
Exactly.
Is that surprising to anybody? Like,
yeah, after you seen that, you should have been like, all right, I should chill.
Let me chill. I got all this money. I'm going to just go disappear.
But the other side of me, in this show, I see that whatever somebody's desire is in this show, they're gonna do whatever they can to
in life,
yeah. So like, no matter what, whoever stands in their way, they're gonna get it. Like that's how Franklin is. That's how Teddy is, and apparently that's how Alton is becoming too as well. Like he was a Black Panther, even though they shoehorned it in, and like, was it this season? I think it was this season. They shoehorned him being a dad and his Franklin not want to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Like they never showed how pro Black Panther he was. I mean, they spoke on it, but they never showed it. But yeah, it's tough. That's a tough one for me, cause like Franklin's not right though. At the end of the day, what Franklin's doing isn't right. Like if you want to think about a community, then you like, if Alton's trying to save the community and he gave his son chance after chance after chance, him being a father. Would he be a good father if he didn't give Franklin a chance and like, okay, you're not listening. I gotta do what I gotta do. So it's like, it's like, what do you do? At the end of the day, especially if you believe in something so strongly, and if you're a Panther or whatever. So that's a tough one, man.
Especially when oh yeah, with the I forgot just so quick with the couple with the bookstore. I was like, man, you've changed.
Franklin has changed.
You changed. Yeah. Like, dang,
that was the one unnecessary thing he really did.
Seriously, they were not eating pie. And then it was one thing that you did that, but it just showed how close they were because she was like, you want some pie? Like, nigga, like, she probably helped you, like,
change your diapers.
Into, well, yeah, that too. But, like, going to that fancy school he went to. Like, all the books he read. And, it's like.
Yeah.
That's weak. That hurt my soul.
It did. but I still like.
They were still too far into it. I
Still
still
fuck
be
with
like,
Franklin. Yeah, I still fuck with
so like,
Franklin. Y'all like,
Alton.
it was necessary. They gotta go. Niggas ain't reading.
I was
We got
like,
Amazon Kindle. We got the Kindle, nigga. He helped y'all out.
You got Alexa read.
Alexa,
read.
yeah. I was gonna do it or Jeff Bezos. Which one y'all gotta? You know what I'm saying? Which one y'all care about right now? You know, pick your poison. So yeah, I still even then I still ride for Franklin, and I think that's the greatness of this show. Like shows that can make you go for the bad guy, like a Breaking Bad. You know. Like Ozark is one of those. They're still good guys. They're forced to do it. Franklin is kind of like you got a choice. You still just But I fuck with you, bro. Like so, it's hard though because Alton is like the compass or the good shoulder that we don't want to listen to because it's like the hardest way. It's like nigga, shut up. They like yeah.
He was on the street.
Yeah, he was an alcoholic. You start bringing up they past.
No, you ain't have a haircut.
Yeah. Nigga, you ain't take care of me, nigga. That's when you know they right. You start bringing up old shit.
Right.
Nigga, are you drunk?
Like we're not calling you that. You're Alton. Today.
You're Alton.
Frankel, like, what do you hate that Alton? Why are you Alton?
Oh man, that was an intense scene too when they got into it in the house. He pulled the gun out on him. He's like, "What you gonna shoot me?" Yeah, like nigga, did you Andre? Hey, bro, you might want. Hey, look, you just might. But at the same time, we starting to kind of see the conflict in Franklin too because he's choosing family. Like he chose Leon. We kind of know how the hierarchy went with everybody because he didn't give a fuck about what's that dude name in the first season, second season, Kev. He was like, hey, look.
I shot him in the leg.
Yeah, I shot him in the leg. Leon, he wasn't going. He riding for his boy Leon. So we knew how the hierarchy worked.
He said, Mama, go braid his hair.
Yeah. Bro, oh my God. I like that scene though. I really did.
Right?
It was really, it was black.
That's what Kanye needed a few years ago.
But he was bald.
No, I'm just saying, when they said, when Chance was like, he needs a black woman.
He needs a black woman. Yeah.
That's what
I agree.
needed.
Kanye needed that.
You just need that good.
He did need a hug. He did.
Reason of the scalp.
Yeah.
Rose.
But he was bald. But I see what you're saying though. I see what you're saying. He act like who's the older person in life? Kris Jenner?
Bruce. I mean Caitlyn.
Caitlyn? No, Kris. Oh, Caitlyn. I mean, guys like yo, what the fuck? Guys. Oh shit. Guys.
Stupid.
Oh my God, we're gonna get canceled. But nah, yeah, man, he did need that, man. That's what Leon needed. Oh, that was the dopest part of season 4, though. Him shooting Scully's kid.
Dopest part.
That was dope. It was like, because it was so conflicting. I was like, I felt for Leon this season.
He was going through some things.
He went through some things. So. Yeah, I didn't
like
a
lot of people.
Yeah.
But
yeah. But this one was different, man. He was kind of like the Jesse Pinkman, the guy who like cared about kids, who had a moral code. And so he was kind of like, well, you had Heisenberg was like, yo, we got to get this shit done regardless. Like, yo. So, yeah, man, I'm comparing black to white shows. I'm not comparing, you know what I mean? But nah, for real though. Yeah, man, I did feel for Leon. How did you feel about Franklin not giving Leon up though? Even he gave Kev up. Like people were like, oh, he's changed. I'm like, he didn't change. Leon is his boy.
He gave Kev up, or he just killed him?
Oh, he killed Kev. It was clear, like I said, it's a hierarchy. He was like, yo, if he was like, you got to choose between Kev and Leon.
You're doubting me. Kevin was moving weird too. Like I could tell from like the first season or two when he started.
What was the difference between what Kev did and Leon?
Kev, he was dabbling to his product. You can't do that. Then he got convoluted with that, and then he was like over.
Wanda was dabbling into the product.
I mean, in the sense where Kevin handled it wrong. At least Leon, he didn't want to do whatever, but he did what Franklin said. Kevin was like, when he found out that Franklin, because then he started talking about petty stuff like, oh, our name's not even on the house. What difference does that make?
Because of what happened with his cousin.
Yeah,
getting gutted.
I agree to that, but then he started picking petty stuff.
That was a breaking point, though.
Well, yeah, but the petty stuff after that, like, oh, our name's on the house. Okay,
yeah.
But he does this and this for you. But I get it, like your cousin, which is understandable. Like I understand that completely. But it's like if you already in this business, you can't move a certain type of way because you got to think about everybody. though. I think that's what the difference was. Of course, Leon, he was there from day one, but two, Leon listened. Sometimes he was the muscle, but he knew when to listen.
Yeah.
And even when he messed up, he was like, I'm sorry, bro. Jerome, he was talking this mess and whatever. And
Right.
he was humble about it. Like,
Yeah.
Dad was like, nah, nigga, my name not on the lease. So, like, it's just like,
But eventually you saw the same progression with Leon because you know what happened? Right after Franklin got on Leon in the car, it was like, nigga, drive. Leon wasn't the same.
That's why he
Leon
said,
was not the same.
I'm not just your delivery. I'm not just your driver. He's like, driver? And I was just like,
yeah.
That scene.
After that,
I remember that scene. I know what he's talking about.
Yeah. Drive, motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about. You drive.
Like,
yeah, he lied.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I be talking.
But you need that. That's another thing that kind of grew on me. Franklin wasn't believable as the guy. Like, why is everybody listening to this scrawny ass nigga? I think it got me in season 3 though. After he went to jail and he got back, I was like, all right, I can fuck with it.
Yeah, I'm like, you're making my shoes.
Yeah, it was like
I was rooting for him too.
That was another thing. He didn't have to be written out of that part. He beat the nigga up and showed he was tough, and then he was like, yo, I got a nigga on the outside that'll fuck your family up. Like,
he should have done that before though.
That's smart. But I like that though. He had to deal with that and figure it out himself instead of one of them niggas getting religious or dying and slipping and falling or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. I like that he had to deal with that. I felt that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Got out the mud. What do you think is gonna happen next season? What are you looking forward to? You did mention looking forward to next season, so
I'm trying to see. I'm really on this cane thing, okay? So I'm really the cane, him putting his cane down. That's
you said cane. I had PTSD of power. Okay, so you got to be. Come on, you got to. We're not doing that one.
He's gonna fake out a lot of people. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of pushback with Jerome and what's her name?
And Auntie. Oh, Jesus.
Her name is Lou.
Yeah, Louie.
Yeah, I feel like there's gonna be a pushback with that.
I don't get that one.
Leon too.
That's another thing I didn't like.
Because then even Leon and Jerome and them, they could hook up whatever. And then even whoever the new person's going to replace Teddy, number one. And then number two, whatever Teddy did or did not do to his dad. So I feel like that's a lot of touching points. Is Melody going to be in again? Is she not? I doubt it.
Yeah.
But she could come back and say something different, or she could just be I don't know. But what were you saying about Louis and you didn't like that?
Oh yeah, I didn't like the thing with Louis and Jerome. Like I said, y'all build these stakes. You get me to the climax and then don't execute. So Scully had the perfect. Somebody should have died. And that at the end of what was that episode 9, I believe, of season 4.
Which was
somebody should have died. Louis or I thought Jerome was gonna die.
Louis was gonna die.
Nah, I didn't expect him to shoot her. She was already in the hospital. I thought when Jerome showed up, I was like, oh shit, here you go. Because Jerome it was time for Franklin to feel the repercussions of what he did. Melody wasn't enough. He don't give a fuck about Melody. If Jerome would have died, it probably made him second guess everything, especially with Jerome saying he wanted out of the game already. And that's why I was expecting to go. When I saw that, I was like, oh shit, here it is. And they didn't do it. I was like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, blue balls ass nigga. Y'all just getting the nigga there and just anyway. So yeah, man. So yeah, that's why that's the only thing. I feel like the writers aren't Scully just fell out. What? He was talked down by Louis. How you talk down of your daughter dying? And I don't know, man. I didn't like that. I didn't like the Scully thing. They I hope he's not dead. I hope he comes back with a vengeance, but at the same time, I don't know. I think they're trying to build up this Teddy, and this is the final season, so it's gonna be Teddy versus Franklin.
It's a final season.
I believe it should be. I don't know if it is, but it should be. It's.
Yeah, it's kind of pushing it.
It should be.
I don't know what else they would be reaching for.
They solved Franklin's problems in one episode. See, episode 9.
It wasn't even the finale episode.
It wasn't the finale.
Weird.
That's another problem I have with this show. Oh my god!
I forgot about that. Last episode.
I actually mentioned that to Troy. I forgot what episode we were talking about, but I was talking about how on this show, in seasons 3 and 4, the last episodes could have been left off. 3, remember he had that whole I don't know what it was, a dream, I guess, after he got shot. And he was at his school and it was showing all the things, and then Teddy and all the other people showed up, and I was like, oh, this shit is fake.
Yeah, and that guy who got.
I was like, what the point of this? Like, at least let it be real and be a
It
flashback.
was
So
confusing.
yeah, so I was like, why am I watching this? Why is this in?
What are you trying to tell me?
What are you trying to do right now? Yeah, and then season 10 had the same shit. Like it starts off with his dad, I think, being a Panther. Then it goes on to his dad and Teddy and not being. I'm like, what are we doing? We couldn't show this later.
Filler.
Like yeah, like everything happened. Everything I wanted to see happened in the last episode. Y'all wrapped up. So I mean, as many problems I have with this, I still enjoy the show.
Yep.
It's just like yeah,
It's a good
I still
show.
love the show. So I'm not, but it's just like, come on, y'all got to clean it up. Yeah, yeah. Out of 10, what would you give it though?
I'd give it an 8.5.
8.5.
I'll give it 8.5.
Yo, you on the ball. I'll give it an 8.
8?
I'll give it an 8.
Why?
Because I don't think it's, and that's barely giving it an 8. When you compare it, my hopes like were so high coming into it. So when you compare it to such great shows like The Wire, Breaking Bad, and all this other stuff, and the other drug dealing shows, I have high expectations. Especially you put Breaking Bad in that sentence, I'm like, all right, I'm expecting a certain level. All the things I mentioned are things. The reason it's not higher than that. However, I guess I haven't mentioned the thing I really really loved about this show. I love Franklin's determination. I love his like, I'm gonna have to do what I have to do, whether my mom likes it or not, whether my dad likes it or not. No matter who stands in my way, I gotta do what I gotta do. Even if he accidentally found it through some random crackhead broad in a crack house. Look, whatever. I was like, you just following a white lady in a crack house, bro? Like, what the fuck is this? And then she led him to the end of the rainbow, the gold. So hey. I was like, what the fuck is going on, bro? Like, are you about to fuck her? Like, I thought they were about to have sex for a second. So I was like, what the hell is this?
That was really weird.
That whole episode was like really weird. I was like, and you're in Oakland, like a place you don't know where you're at. So why are you following? Like, that's what I'm saying. The writers just shoehorning shit in for Franklin where he's not actually like solving this shit.
He's not.
He's not saying, yeah. He's not solving this shit, dog. Like, yeah, if y'all have video, y'all see. Anyway, so yeah. But damn, should I give it a 7.5? Now I'm thinking about it. Because I had a lot of gripes with it, but I still like it because it's just like I love a story arc of somebody determined to do something. It's kind of like Queen's Gambit. Like, she was just so determined and she was just like, nobody was gonna stop her. She was gonna get it. And that's what I like about him. Now we're starting to see his little downfall. Like, he's not, his satisfaction.
Mm-hmm.
He can't be satisfied, so he wants more and more. So it's like, yo.
He's making his business. He's making corners like letting Leon live, which I thought Leon should have died by business standards, but
yeah. But I understand why he didn't though.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
but like what Man Boy said was like, hey, I respected you because you're about business.
Because you're about business, but you changed.
So like that added to it,
Right.
He could be so many different things in the next season.
He could be. We don't know where he's going.
Different ways, I should say.
Oh, another thing I really, really want to see is Lucia. What happened to her? We haven't talked about Gustavo and Lucia, but
I want to
see it. Yeah, Gustavo was my dog.
I don't like Lucia.
You don't like Lucia? Why not?
She's so annoying.
Really?
Yes.
She's just kind of there. I like Gustavo more than I like her, but I have no problem with her. I hated the DEA chick more than her face is just like, yo,
she was so ugly.
Her.
She looked like Phineas and Ferb, bro. Like she looked like the sister Phineas and Ferb. I was like, when she died, I was like, good.
Gustavo a real one for that one.
Bro, when that happened, I was like,
I didn't think he did it.
Is it real?
Yeah, I didn't think he did it either. I didn't think he did it either because it was like, I ain't do that shit. I was like, oh, they showed her body in the next episode. I was like, oh my God, he did. Holy, yeah. So, yeah. She make it clap. She gonna get clap. Clap. She gonna get clap. Soldier. She got hit with that Draco.
You stupid.
She got clap. But yeah, man. I swear it's more enjoyable if you're watching it on video. Y'all can see what we're doing.
I'm not looking forward to seeing her though.
You're not looking for. I want to know what happened. Cause like Gustavo was the one that got hit, like shot and died.
She a hoe.
She a hoe. What she
just
mean?
left.
But she ain't with her. How we know she with another nigga?
What? This dude that saved you and you helped him set up your family.
He might have been dead. Maybe she protecting him.
No, she helped him and then she left. Because they said it. I forgot he was talking to
Yeah.
somebody and he was like, yeah,
Let her give her explanation. Wait for her to
No.
come
I
back.
love these hoes.
Wait for her to come back real quick. We don't know
Why
if
she leave?
maybe she didn't want him in danger. She was like, "Yo, you was almost died because of me. Let me wait. Let me go on and
He
it'd be
almost
best
died
to
a lot of times because of her.
But that was the worst. I thought he was dead after that.
I did too.
So I was like, damn, he's back. So yeah, she didn't. Maybe she thought he's dead,
She helped him.
but she
And
don't know if he lived.
Yes, I'm saying in the words, I forgot what episode it was because I was wondering what happened. And
Uh-huh.
he said, oh, yeah, we thought I got whatever happened. Then she nursed me back to my health, whatever. And then
Oh
she
wow,
left.
so she stuck around for a
Yeah,
minute.
because I thought the same thing. I was like, well, maybe she thought that he died. But then I was like, why, if he's dying, you just run away?
There has to be something to
And
that.
the next, whatever episode came up next, and he briefly said, oh, yeah, I was, she helped me, blah, blah, blah. Then I don't know where she went.
Maybe she got pregnant in real life and she couldn't do it. Lee, give her some break.
She's
Give her
so
some break, some
annoying. And
slack.
she walks like this, and then she's like this big. She got long back, and she can't dress, and her face be looking crazy, and she always like.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm giving her some slack here.
I don't like her.
I'm
But like you said, even though there's some issues that I have with it, it's such a good show and storyline that I can gripe about it, but I'll still be like, all right, but what's the next episode?
What's the next
about?
episode? You're right,
Like,
right. It's
what's
like
about that
gripes, but
next?
like you so invested in his gripes
I'm
like
here
that. So
now.
yeah, I'm here. So
Just
yeah,
don't let it happen again.
right. Don't let it happen again. You looking at her ass? All right, look.
All right, which is the last time.
This is the last time because it was kind of fat.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah, them cakes. But look, this is the last time. She made it. Oh my god. All right, y'all, man. All on podcast. That was Snowfall. I guess that was all 4 seasons. So I'm pretty sure we missed some stuff. Let us know what y'all think. Ozark or Snowfall? I'll be interested to know. And yeah, we'll be back next time.